Persuade listeners to adopt your viewpoint or ideas or to take some action. Appeal to the audience's interests. Use logic and emotion to support your position. Avoid using notes. Time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you. Ryan has been a member of this club since December 2008 and has served previously in most roles. During the day, Ryan sells surgical equipment to hospitals in the Bay Area. In addition to the manual objectives, Ryan's personal objectives are to provide a persuasive argument, and to be
natural. Not neutral.
With that, let's welcome Ryan Colligan.
Thank you. The healthcare reform bill passed last month, and it has created a ton of controversy. The issue that has Democrats and Republicans ready to go to war with one another is whether or not this new healthcare reform bill is the solution to our country's healthcare problems. But I didn't come to talk about that. That is far too big of an issue with far too many layers to cover in a 7-minute speech. Instead, I want to take this great big issue and narrow it down to something simpler, something that is clearer, something that I think we all can relate to and understand. And the point I'd like to make is this. While the new healthcare reform bill may not be perfect, it does address a fundamental flaw that existed within the old system. And for that reason, I believe this new bill is a step in the right direction. Now, to prove this point, I want to talk about 3 things. First, I'd like to talk about how the old healthcare system incentivized health insurance companies to ignore people. Second, I'd like to tell a short story about a woman who was ignored by this system. And third, I'd like to talk about the new bill, the greatest benefit of it, and how it helps people. So, health insurance. Health insurance is a big money business. Ask Ron Williams. Ron is the CEO of Aetna Health. Aetna is one of 5 major health insurance providers in the United States. Last year, these 5 companies did over $12 billion in profits. From 2000 to 2008, these companies grew exponentially. They grew by over 400%. Do the math, and that's over 50% growth year over year over year. Well, fortunately for Ron Williams, his business expertise didn't go unnoticed. He made his company happy, which made his shareholders happy, which made him very happy, because in 2009 he was rewarded handsomely. His reward, a $39 million bonus. Not bad for a year's worth of work. So let's get back to the growth. How does a health insurance company grow 50% year over year? They're essentially providing the same service. And it's not like people suddenly stop dying or stop getting sick. They do it 2 ways. First, they increase premiums. We've all probably felt this. Second is they cut off care to people that are more expensive than the money they bring in. In other words, they cut off health care to people that actually need it the most. Here's a telling fact. Last year, of the big 5 health insurance companies, 5 of them decreased enrollments. That is, they provided less care to people than they did the previous year. 1 company increased enrollments. They provided more health care services to more people. The 4 companies that provided less care had record-breaking profits. The 1 company that provided more health care services actually lost money. Now, I'm not making the facts up. They're all documented. They're right here. It's a twisted, sad system when a business that is in the business of providing a service actually loses money by providing that service. And it's sad when that situation affects the lives of people. But Tiffany Owens is one such person. Tiffany was a single working mother back in 2007, raising a 7-year-old boy. Now, Tiffany had health insurance, she was employed, but she had also been diagnosed with a medical condition called sickle cell anemia. So this is a condition that requires ongoing medical treatment in order to suppress. Well, as time went on, her condition got worse, and it got worse to the point where she could no longer perform the duties of her job effectively, and she was let go. And when she was let go, she lost her health insurance. So here she is now single, unemployed, no income, pre-existing medical condition. She didn't exactly fit the profile of a profitable candidate for health insurance. Her premiums went through the roof. Rather than trying to afford these premiums, her priority was to support her family. She could no longer afford health care. Well, you can guess what happened next. Her condition grew worse, and in 2010, Tiffany Owens died, leaving behind her 11-year-old son, Marcellus Owens. Now, this situation is nothing new. Every day, 14,000 Americans are denied health insurance. And every year, 45,000 Americans, just like Tiffany Owens, die as a result. The old system was flawed. It was unfair. It was unethical. It ignored people. It was broken, and it needed to be fixed. The new healthcare reform bill addresses this flaw. It provides universal, affordable healthcare to everyone. Everyone, regardless of income, regardless of employment status, pre-existing medical conditions, family medical history. None of the old disqualifying criteria matters anymore. Healthcare is not a luxury that should be afforded to the fortunate majority. It should be a right for everyone to enjoy, right? The old system, a pure profit-based system, was great. For corporate America, it was great for guys like Ron Williams cashing $39 million checks. It was great for big insurance. But it wasn't great for people. Being profitable and helping people are two opposites that adversely affect one another. A pure profit-based system contradicts the entire notion of what healthcare should be, which is care. Now, in summary, what I'd like to say is, who knows whether or not this new plan is going to be perfect? I'm sure it has many flaws, like all bills do. But the one thing it does is it affects this major flaw that ignored people. It provides care at the expense of profits. And for that reason, and that reason alone, this new bill is a step in the right direction. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Please take a minute and